Excellent, and by the sounds of things, you're kind of really getting behind that growth and pushing that change forward into this, into this new industry. Now, which leads me on to my first question here, Dev. So what trends would you say are driving Industry 4.0 at the moment?
Yeah, so I touched upon a few of these already, right? So things like need for reconfigurable factories, for example, right? We are seeing that because of more increased need for productivity, efficiency, you're looking at things that are more autonomous factories and systems are needed. So adoption of technology is to the next level right now. And then you can see how AI is playing a key role in every aspect of things, especially in industries and factories where things are now, decisions are made based on computing and AI on the edge. And that's where I think it's very important for us to look at the trends that are going on, right? Sustainability, like I mentioned earlier. That is very, very important. I mean, global warming is happening and people are looking towards how you can reduce it. That's number one trend. We talked about labor shortages as well. But more importantly, driving a need for having visibility into your operations. So for that, you need digitization. And then digitization is across the board. So all these trends are actually driving the need for technology adoption. And thankfully, that is happening even in a conservative industry. So I'm super glad that we are in the middle of it.
Excellent. It is indeed exciting times by seeing that change and adaptation from the industry into the digitalization era, right? Okay. So, Dev, if you could tell me also, how is Qualcomm helping businesses to kind of innovate and address the new edge AI platforms?
So, if most of you guys already know Qualcomm has been a technology innovator for 35 years. We've changed how the world communicates, how the world computes and connects now, right? So we are connecting the unconnected. We have driven technologies. We as Qualcomm look at technology needs way ahead and invest billions of dollars into R&D. And that drives all these key building blocks that are all important. So that is computing with high performance, low power computing. Then the connectivity, which is low power Bluetooth to 5G and everything in between. And then more importantly, AI, right? And things like on-device AI is also very important. So we are bringing all this technology in a very, very small form factor, very energy efficient. So that is what Qualcomm is doing for the industry, and we are seeing tremendous adoption of our technologies there.
And speaking of form factor size, we provided you with a small board earlier. Do you still have it? If you want to model it for us. So this is one of the boards that we've got in description at the moment.
Yeah. So if you look at the chip right here, right, this is as small as your thumbnail, right? There's billions of transistors on this small device. And this, more importantly, we've been collaborating with ADLINK for a long time now. And the processor here has billions of transistors. And not only, it's just not a processor or a computer, it's a system on body. That means it has all the key fundamental building blocks for like camera, like CPU, GPU. We believe in a heterogeneous compute world. So that is what this is about. And I think we'll talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. So, as we're moving through here, you explain the form factor size, the transistors that are attached to that, and the processing power that we are now getting in such a small form factor of a board. What software tools and support does Qualcomm offer to support these kind of developments?
Very good question. So, Qualcomm, we provide the hardware, but hardware is nothing without the software. So when it comes to software, right, we put a lot of effort building grounds up software, which includes not only the BSP and the OS, but also key SDKs. We have things like Robotics SDK, we have things like AI SDK, we have Machine Vision SDK. So these are the SDK layers. On top of that, we made a big announcement about the way we are changing how our software is now upstream aligned, and then also we have tools like AI Hub, which is a platform for people to be able to deploy pre-trained models on their systems, even in the cloud, and test them out. And more importantly, we also announced acquisition that we did early this year, Foundries.io. That is a platform to deploy Linux software on IoT devices and manage it for the life of the product, which is in industrial areas, 10 years is the minimum life support. So that is kind of the things that we bring into software. So it's grounds up, OS, SDKs, and all the tool chain on top of it.
A very complex answer, but very brilliant. Thank you very much. So, talking back more into the technologies and the use cases of these chips and the AI backgrounds that's going into that kind of technology, what can you tell me about the robotics platform and the collaboration with ourselves here at ADLINK?
Yes. So, like I mentioned earlier, we've been collaborating with ADLINK for a long time now. So this platform right here is a smart module that is based on our platform called RB5, which uses a processor called QRT5165. It is our premium tier processor with a very, very high performance at very low power, octa-core CPU. It has capability. It has on the chip. We have the cameras as well. It can do 8 concurrent cameras, and also things like connectivity. It has 5G connectivity. It also has industrial connectivity like PSN, Ethernet, and all of this is protected by end-to-end encryption with hardware crypto, right? And then that is all important. Then more importantly, we also talked about long life. So we have 10-year long life support on this, and this is the industrial grade part with -40 to 105C support on this. And then it comes in multiple form factors. You have choice of making a chip on board, like ADLINK with the module. This is very important because this form factor is a smart form factor, so it plugs into any kind of industrial device, and there is no need to probably make a new robot. You can retrofit an existing robot because this is the interface that goes in. I'm speaking on behalf of ADLINK, but that's what I know, and that's very important.
Thank you very much. So, we're talking about the lifespan, we're talking about the robustness, being able to interchange parts willy on a whim, so to speak. In that sense, elongating that lifespan of the products to the end customer there. Thank you so much for that answer. Now, finally, with that in mind and the technology that you are, partnering up with ADLINK on, what are some of the ideal use cases for it there, Dev?
So that's a very complicated question because the use cases are many. IoT is everything. So because this processor is such a flexible processor with heterogeneous compute, this goes in robots like AMRs, autonomous robots, drones, edge boxes, machine vision, you name it, right? You can even go into IPCs, PLCs, HMIs. These are a lot of these industrial products, whatever you see on the factory floor or in this show floor here, which needs high performance computing at low power. This is the part to do.
Perfect. So I just wanted to thank you again for your time today here at the ADLINK booth. If you're looking for people to come to your booth, could you just let them know as to whereabouts you're located at the moment?
That's a good question. It's in Hall 5, and we have a large booth, so you will not miss it.
Excellent. Well, thank you again so much for your time today, Dev. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you, and thank you for coming to the ADLINK booth.